Okay. Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm the Dragon God of Gaming, D.Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments. Now, this one is going to be a little different. Now, as you can tell, I still don't have a laptop or anything that I can work with that I can show off stuff. So I'm going to read the comments on some of these videos, explain what the clip is, and I'm going to go from there. And yeah, this is going to be the first one where I'm not able to use my normal tradition. So I hope you guys bear with me. Yeah, this month has been hell for me, but we all gonna get through it. So the first one here. This is from when the game decides that your existence is no longer required. Now, this is of Assassin's Creed, where I had slipped off the building multiple times and plummeted straight down to my death. This is from the biggest of y'all. This is of 8 hours, and it says frail, and I would have to agree on that one. I was remarkably frail for this. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Back to it. I had to stop for a moment. Next one, this is from Gunlink Gaming. Says, on the same one, oh my freaking goodness, this happened to me so much. Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to Assassin's Creed, though, it's always like a shitstorm when it comes to if something is going to just randomly off you or not. The newer Assassin's Creed kind of takes that problem out, if you know what I mean. It does take the problem out back and just basically kicks it to death. But like with Origins, Odyssey, and Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and a good bit of Mirage, Shadows do it too. That's why I'm like, okay, this is a good thing, but it's a problem. I did reply back, and I'm like, the towers are the biggest enemies in this game, and they reposted saying, oh, then Assassin's Creed 2, you just wall eject every time you get stuck, and then you end up dying to fall damage and going back like 3 freaking spawn points. Yeah, the earlier Assassin's Creed did have a problem with, accidental deaths, and it wasn't even the player's fault, which was the biggest problem. So, Assassin's Creed was just something else. And then we have, yep, I know that feel all too well. This is from Neo Druidic 5539. And yep, he knows that feel. They know that feeling all too well. I shouldn't say he. Let's say, because I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's a hell feeling when you just slip. And the funny thing is, it glitched me off the building. It wasn't just I fell. No, I was standing perfectly still, and the game just decided, nah. Just nah. And I started falling to my death. I'm just like, oh, sweet mother of God. Oh my God. And this is going to be our first one where I'm not even going to show it, but I'm going to look at it. A twist I didn't see coming. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I believe this is the finale? Nope, episode 12. And Vietnam Kirby 29. I didn't know there was I didn't know there was nation stationed Kirby's. That is wild. Or sorry, city stationed Kirby's. Now I'm scared to know what a Detroit Kirby looks like. Bro carries a Glock. Anyway, they write, Kirby was like, paint me like one of your French pollo. Fun fact, Kirby has an extremely rare chance to do that pose, where he just like lies on his side with his nub in the air. At like one of the dance sequences at the end when he gets thrown into the cloud. And I'm like, I did not know there was a rare chance of that. I don't know how true that is. I might need to look that up myself. Actually, you know what? I have the damn time. Actually, I have 55 minutes beforehand, so... Is there a rare dance in Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe? Yes, there is a rare victory pose in Kirby's Return. When Kirby faces the goal, getting sometimes disappointed in extra cool pose, especially if you get a low score, adding a fun rare visual flair to the end. If you get a low score on the goal game, sometimes just randomly Kirby might do their dance, but end it with a sad, unimpressed, or different final pose. Okay. Okay, so I was right. And so they were right. So, okay. So they were right. That is actually pretty fucking cool. I didn't know I got something rare in Return to Dreamland. That's fun. That's a fun thing to know. So, appreciate you there, Vietnam Kirby, for telling me that, the lying on his side victory pose with his arm in the air is actually a rare pose. That's cool. Up, and here's our first from Mr. Meteor Lover. Normally the dominating one on this one on these. This is from When Did Shadow Start Teaming with Venom? Sonic X Shadow's Generations. 1759. This just makes something Shadow cooler, man. I love the design of the wings. I think this is the first time they show off the flight that you could do. You cannot tell me that doesn't look like Venom. You cannot tell me that doesn't look like Venom. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. The Venom's wings look so immaculate. The fucking Shadow's wings. God damn it. Shadow's wings look so immaculate. I would usually put like a side-by-side comparison here, but again, I'm doing this off of my PlayStation. Which is getting hard, but if you look up Shadow's wings from the game, and then compare them to the wings that you get from, for Venom, that Venom shows off in, like, I believe, Marvel Spider-Man 2, which, if you guys want to go for a reference, I actually played that all on IC, and it's in the IC playlist on the channel. So if you guys want to go check out my my Marvel Spider-Man stuff, by all means. And before anyone asks, yes, those are all what I call them as they are eligible for, you know, retro month. I'll figure stuff out. Anyway, the next one comes up. The mimic hunts me like a rabid animal. Oh my god, this one was heartbreaking to go through. That is my cat. What had happened in this was I was getting hunted while I was searching for a costume. And I was so fucking pissed about the costume. And this is from Dave CS. I'm just gonna call you Dave there, friend. And he said thoroughly enjoyed. I was absolutely 100% surprised on how well Secrets of the Mimic did. I thought I was doing the wrong thing by putting it up as premieres. And you guys showed me that I was 100% correct to do so. And I'm like, everyone's gonna probably avoid it. Because a lot of my lives really don't do as well. And I don't mind that. Really, I really don't. I really don't mind, you know, it not doing well. My live's not doing well because I really don't mind or really care. You know what I mean? So I really don't care either way. What my problem is like when I see videos that do so well, I'm just like, how? And this one was one of them. And I'm glad that everyone thoroughly enjoyed me getting fucking hunted down like a rabid animal. So thank you, Dave. Thank you. This is from What Are Dragon's Thoughts on PETA? I still fucking hate them. The crux of their mission written down, I absolutely agree with. What they fucking do, I fucking don't. I'm sorry, I can't say with a straight face that I agree with what PETA does. Their actions do not meet what the fuck they say. And Miss Cinder, the love, says animals deserve love. Yes, the fuck they do. 150% agree. So, this had come up because there was a comment that was made in the unlisted video that I was making these shorts out of. What had happened was, I'm like, oh, we were doing a lot. I'm like, yep, Peter's gonna hate me for this. And I gave my thoughts on PETA themselves, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like them. I'm like, I'm sorry, but they do more heinous shit to fucking animals than the people that they claim are the problem. You know what I mean? And that's fucking stupid. It's like, how are you gonna claim to support animals when you kill animals more often then the people that you're claiming are bad for animals. You do all this grandstanding to show nothing. What the fuck are you on? Ugh. Anyway. Next up. This is our first set blocks here. Sorry. It says, when did Shadow start teaming with Venom? This is the same one from a little earlier. And this was a little bit more. I think I'm going by like newest. Oh, then this wouldn't have been newest. This was most relevant. My fucking god. And he said this is a funny reaction. So I'm gonna go to 4048. And I don't know if you guys are gonna hear this because I'm playing it over my iPad over the mic. 4048. So let's see.
That probably hurts like a fucking bitch, doesn't it? No. I think we'll be fucking stronger. Okay, calm your ass. Calm your ass there, Vegeta. Doom boss. So this is more like Sonic Frontier style.
Yeah, this felt a lot like Sonic Frontiers in that way. The more fighting style. I think they tried to make sure like this was a far cry from what like the original Shadow the Hedgehog game was. In all honesty, I think they took that back seat. Shadow, I think the fighting style from Sonic Frontiers fits Shadow more than it does fit Sonic. If you know what I mean. I'm like, Sonic, you feel like he's fighting because he has to. Shadow's just fighting because he fucking wants to. But yeah, again, I know I probably pointed this out before, but man, I love how good this game's animation looks. The animations of this game is incredible. It is very sleek. It is very just. It has that like anime-esque look in video game form that, you know, I would enjoy. I am an anime fan. I don't watch anime often because a lot of the time I have a lot of things I gotta do during the day that I don't get to sit down and watch, you know, anime all too often. But when I do catch an episode, it's so fucking well put together. Again, the Baki anime is one of my favorites. Kengan Ashura was something I also enjoyed. Kengan Ashura was one of my recent ones that I watched. Yes, I know. Also very sad that My Hero Academia is gone now too. Which, no, but you know. Anyway, back on track because I only have a limited time. Actually, I could make this as long as I fucking physically wanted to. But, you know, it's already 55 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you for bearing with me here. I really do. And I do hope you like the Crash gameplay. I fished this back up for reasons. I I knew I wasn't going to be able to do reading your comments. So very close to this time, about like a couple days ago, and I knew I had to have something done for it because this is our tradition. I don't like to end my months without doing my reading your comments. I feel like I would let everyone down, and plus this is the final one of 2025, and I'm like, this is an important one. I have to do something. So yeah, I didn't want to, before I continue with the comments, I do want to point out one thing. That I may need some extra time to do Stellar Blade. I gotta get my hands on Stellar Blade, and again, I'm not going to have much time for anything. I'm not gonna have time for shit at all. I'm not gonna have time for fucking nothing. If you hear my cat in the background, my cat is going to be chatty. What is going on is that HP has taken my laptop. They said it was beyond economic repair. So yeah, there was something very fucking wrong with that, and they said they couldn't source a laptop that they were selling on their fucking site. I want you guys to note that they couldn't source a computer that they were selling full stock from their site. So, like, they had a $2,000 claim to my computer. Like, if something was wrong, that $2,000 was the claim. And a part of me was just like, you're selling it for $1,000. Ship me out a fucking computer from your fucking site. Use that $1,000. Ship me the fucking computer. And they couldn't. So, that's my whole hum issue. Anyway, no joking aside, I could be writing until last fucking moment, and I hope and pray that you guys understand that I may be a little late for doing some stuff. I know there's only been one person that has well, actually, no, there has been somebody that has put up a secondary. So, what I may do is, no, I got an idea. If Stellar Blade wins, because there is another person that made a vote for a different game. If Stellar Blade wins, I will have to do a small bit of the one that lost, so that I'm able to, get Stellar Blade up and running at a measly time. Because in the midst of all this, I'm moving December 31st, January 1st, and I don't have time to sit down. So either A, I'm going to be doing the episodes of the best of D.Dragon 2025, either on January 1st and January 2nd, for part 1 and part 2, because you guys know me. If I can get my computer sourced in time. Or B, I'm going to need to put stuff together in a timely fashion. I just gotta put it out there for everybody. That maybe some complications, and I hope that you guys just work with me so that I may do this properly. So, for now, let's get back to the actual comments. It says, oh, no, we already did that one. Pretty much, but it's gorgeous. Alright, 11:44. Let's see. Oh yeah,
the most trippy shit I've ever seen.
This Doctor Strange ass city. When they twisted the city on its heels, which I thought was really fucking cool. Yeah, twisting the damn dimension on that was absolutely fucking fun. It is gorgeous, but also, I don't need trippy. I do not need it to be trippy. But yeah, it is gorgeous. 9:57. I love that delivery of the Shadow voice actor. You can really feel the resentment he has when he sees Black Doom again.
What's that about 6 feet?
Yeah, you can feel just the disdain on the face. Like, you don't need to see Shadow to know that he hates this person. Oh, he hates this person. You can tell, and you can tell very much that he hates this person. So I'm actually very happy to know that they got a really good voice actor for this. I can see this now. Like, if they're going to continue doing shit like this, this tells me that there is a market still for Shadow, but there's is still a piece of the market that misses Sonic. Now, a couple years ago, I probably would have told you that they kind of killed Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? That they needed to add something to Sonic. I'm like, Mario games normally do very well, even though Nintendo has been on a, what I like to call basically a fucking temper tantrum over the past couple years. But I cannot look at what they're getting, the games they produce, and say shit games. No, I cannot say that. I can never say that, because it's not a shit. They're not shit games. But as for Sonic, what I could say for Sonic is that Sonic, I think, lost its groove after the Genesis died. After the Dreamcast went, and because nothing that was put on the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 was, you know, new games. They were old games repackaged into collections. And then when they did come out with a new game, it was Sonic 06. And we know the fallout from that. Again, I'm not gonna shit on the story, but Somebody didn't know how to put a game together. Even though I still dislike that he was macking on a human princess. You feel me? So, if you ask me, what if there was supposed to be like a love story that needed to be told? What story would I would have done in place of Elise? And I think they've done this before with a few of them. And for God's sakes, just make Amy the fucking love interest. Stop having him run for the bitch. Make it official. Just say he's screwing Amy. Just put it the fuck out there. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Just do it. Because it's not helping anybody. It's not helping nobody. Not whatsoever. No. Because the whole problem with Elise was just like, it didn't make fucking sense. You could tell that Amy was primed for that fucking spot. And Amy was nowhere even in the damn game. And that's what was sad. Everyone knows that, and it's gotten to a point where people are saying that Shadow and Amy should get together, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god. Oh my god. But back on topic, what I could personally say to this, right, is that they have done well with these last few games. Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Mania, like up to past Sonic Mania, like like Sonic Mania was good, and then the rest of the games were good. I wanted to put it out there. It sounded wrong the way I was about to say it. Sonic Mania in everything since has been gems. That I can literally say, good game. That's a great game. I would love to play more. Even though Sonic X Shadows Generations was basically Sonic's, like, you know, remaster of Sonic Generations, which, to be honest, is a game that was pretty much lost to time in a way. It should have been remastered a long fucking time ago. But, to be honest, it was done beautifully with an added bonus. This is how you do this right. You don't shit on the content and you just make a remaster. You give us something a little more to chew on. This is exactly how you do that. I'm loving it. Give me more, and I will be a happy person. Cool? Cool. Anyway, the voice actor did fucking amazing in this. The voice actor for Shadow did beautifully. Shadow is just so cool, man. And this is another comment. Yeah, he is absolutely 100% cool. Love Shadow to death. He's always been the cool one. Sonic was just like... I think Sonic felt more like a responsible, cool person. Shadow was more like the cool, edgy one. I think why is it that I feel like when they were making, you know, Sonic, they were kind of teetering on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sonic, the leader, is the blue one. I think they kind of fucked up a little bit when it came to that. I think they went in a different direction when it came to that, because the orange one is now the smart one. The red one still is the angry one. But they really didn't introduce anyone until a certain time. Like, when they started trying to expand, they looked at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and like this. Colors. Colors. So, when they added Tails, obviously, Tails is the orange one. I'm like, I'm not gonna... Blaze is like the purple one, but, you know, I think they swapped in pink instead of purple. I think they swapped in pink for purple, and that made Amy. Red, Knuckles, which is the only other fucking, you know, animalistic character that you had met up to that point, because you met Tails first. I believe you met Tails first. Yeah, you met Tails first, and then you met Knuckles, and then a little later down the line, if I'm correct, please correct me if I'm wrong, you met Amy. I think Amy was the last one you meet, because I do not think you meet Amy in the same game as you met Knuckles and Tails. And if that was the case, because you met Knuckles in the same game that you started fucking with Tails in, or Tails was like, no, Tails was in the second or third game, I'm not sure. And then I think afterwards, after that game, came when you started meeting Knuckles. And I do not think you met Amy in the same game as you met Knuckles. So, yeah. Anyway, back on topic here, because I only got about 20 minutes left. 343, Maria's 3D model looks so good in this game. It's so nice to see how far this franchise has gone to get here. I could agree with that. If you pick the models from where they were in the PlayStation 2, like her model from PlayStation 2 to now, it's night and fucking day. Night and day. And I loved that Maria got a little bit more character build instead of dead girl. I'm glad they did that. I'm glad that they basically looked at us and said, Maria is more than just a dead girl. And they brought her back as, you know, a side character to show just how deep their affection went, which is very cool to me, because it gives that development to Shadow that he was lacking. It's like, so you're telling me you barely knew the girl, and then like at one point you knew her but didn't know her, and then it's like at that point we're just asking like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? So that's my big issue. So I'm just like, come on now. Come on now. There was not much to say when it came to Shadow and Maria. It's like, you know, he's like traumatized over losing Maria, but I'm like, how well did you know this girl? Then it showed that they were playing together and shit like that. I'm like, okay, so you knew her a little. And then, yeah. So, and now it's like, okay, they had a full-ass, deep-ass connection now. Okay, fucking, thank you. But her model in this game looks absolutely wonderful. I think the professors they gave a lot more detail on the professor's, younger gimmick as well. I thought that was absolutely really cool to show off, like, the character models on how much they evolved since the era, and I think this was a very good add-on to what Generations was. And I think they picked the perfect person too, because if you asked me the question, what person that I think would have, like, given their own spin-off game, if given to now, my first instinct wouldn't have been to say Shadow. I would have said probably Knuckles or Tails. Which, again, I think Tails should get is his own, his own spin-off. Because he needs to have his Luigi moment. Tails needs... Sorry, I hit the X button by accident. That stopped my recording. Tails needs to have his... Tails needs to have his Luigi moment, where he can be his own full-fledged character outside of Sonic. You know what I mean? Shadow obviously can do that. I think what they needed to do is do, like, okay, if you guys remember Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter had their own set of games, just like Ratchet and Clank. Clank had his own game at one point. It was not bad. Daxter had his own fucking game. It was not that bad. Give him something more to work with. Fill the character. They gave a lot of character development to Tails. I think Tails can be a really good on his own, if given the chance. If you know what I mean. So, anyway, I think I got wildly off that topic. I think I have enough for a few more. This is, the Mimic comes online. FNAF Secret of the Mimic. Oh yeah, this is clearly very safe. Yeah. Nothing about the Mimic was happy that I was here. Yeah, this was after I had removed the mask from the thing, and I had to fix the elevator. Yeah, that tells me all I need to know. It's safe to get on the elevator. No, the fuck it's not. Totally very safe. Yeah. Not safe in the slightest. Cute little cleaning buddy. The bots are incredible. I love the bots. I loved the bots. Also, if you guys have not yet, go check out the episode that came out yesterday. I put up the secondary episode of the episode that would have aired yesterday, if not for the CPU Civil Wars. I put that all up yesterday. So there is an extra episode if you guys did not check out. But I also noticed that it was really good. I love the little bots that are roaming around, and it's the only fucking friendship I have in these games. The small little cleaning fuckers that decides amongst themselves that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. 2308 to 2417. Man, I love this chase sequence. It's incredible. The fucking Jackie running sequence. Oh no. Oh no. I'm glad that you loved the sequence. My ass was terrified. I'm getting chased down by a fucking clown robot. New fear unlocked. Okay. New fear unlocked. New fear. Nothing was going to satiate it. So, I can be very honest with you, my man. Jackie, I say, was the most memorable, but also one of the most terrifying. And I could tell you that I would say the most, unhinged mascot that I had to fight was in the episode I put out yesterday. Hands down. Hands fucking down. And I'm gonna tell you that, and I don't want to spoil the ending, but if you're wondering what fucking animatronic has done more damage to me, it's this one. So I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Go check it out. Go check out the one yesterday. This one says, "Behold, my favorite character design in the game. Jackie is amazing." Jackie is fucking terrifying. What do you mean? I don't know what you're on, but Jackie is terrifying. I'm glad that you love him. But me, you know what I mean? Just, I have a twinge, okay? I have a twinge. You put two of the most horrific fucking things together. You had me play in a game that is known for destroying my life. And then, without notice, sir, without word, I was beholden to a clown robot with extendo arms, with a voice that only a person with psychotic tendencies would love. And all I can say is, oh no. That's all I can say. Just, oh no. 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 Nah. Nah. No, thank you. But I'm glad that you like Jackie. I am now scarred for life. Thanks, brother. Thanks. 252. It hasn't been 5 minutes of this video yet. Yep, and bro came out was good. Yeah, that's when the mimic finally showed itself. He jumped out of that box and he was just like, so what took you so long? And my instincts were just like, ah, fuck. Now, as for I've been working on next year's animations. So I've noticed that anytime there's a new animatronic, it has a personal problem with me. It's like Bonnie has went up to every single one of these new animatronics and said, make sure he suffers the most. Yeah, it's an issue, my brother. It's an issue. All right, I have to wrap this up in a moment. I didn't even get to any of the Shrek ones, but I think I've done a lot of Shrek. But I'm gonna see what I can capture for the moment here. But if I can, if there is something put here, let me see if I can do my transition. So, roll the clip. Wasn't that hilarious? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys joining me, and thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys to pieces. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this isn't the same as what I normally do, but I'm working with what I can work with. I don't have a computer. I don't have something to work with. I don't have, and I did not want to leave you guys in the dark when it came to the reading your comments. This is my tradition. This has always been where it is and will always stay where it is. And I will make sure of that if come hell or fucking high water. If I can do my reading your comments in some way, shape, or form, I will fucking do so. It may not have been the same. And I'm sorry that it's not the same. But I'm still here. I'm still reading comments. I'm still doing my fucking thing. And like I said, there may be some things I need to switch around for the beginning of the month. Again, it's as long as I get, because I am supposed to be issued a check to be able to replace my computer, which I have a computer all picked out and ready to go. I just need it to fucking arrive. And they do this at the worst possible fucking month. Let that sink in. They did this on the worst possible month. So, I have decisions to make. So, I hope you guys understand. I will still do the episode of what game was chosen. It will probably be something like this. It's going to be probably short and concise. But I will have something here, okay? And I do have access to Stellar Blade, at least somewhat. So I'll probably, for the first episode or two, I'll probably work on the trailer. If it wins, and have something out for you guys January 1st, 2nd, 3rd. That way you guys can have something to chew on while I'm working my way around. If Stellar Blade wins. If not, I have something to work with. Just know that I have something to work with. They may not all be like fashionably edited, but it's there. But I gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for another wonderful week of threes. I hope you guys are enjoying the 7 days of Christmas. And once again, thank you all so much for watching. I love you guys to pieces. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. But until next time, I thank you guys so much for being patient with me. The Dragon salutes you. I love you guys so much. And enjoy the rest of the 7 days of Christmas. Enjoy what's to come. Hopefully, I will post. I will keep you guys posted in my community on my community board. Just you guys can look out for messages from me. If something is going wrong, I will let you guys know. So I've been keeping you guys updated so far. But until next time, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye now.